Here are the latest news from Africa.
Understanding very well what they are up against and the reality they face for their survival, civilian volunteers in Burkina Faso demand their government to arm them to defend also their country. These volunteers are called VDP, which translate as Volunteer for the Defense of Burkina Faso. During his recent meeting with the VDP, President Ibrahim Traore said that imperialists see people of Burkina Faso in particular and Africa in general as subhuman, and Africans must not be distracted from defending their countries against imperialists who export terrorism, chaos, and barbarism to Burkina Faso in order to take control of their country's land and mineral. We will never be slaves for this imperialist barbarian, he added.
These people see us as subhumans. They see us as slaves. It's like that in their heads. They never changed software, but it is up to us to show that we are not slaves, and we will never accept this state of affairs.
Ce n'est pas permis à tout le monde. Chacun à son niveau peut
You
faire
are these people who have dared to take up arms to accompany the different defense and security forces to fight to recover our lands.
d'autres. Essaie de communiquer pour vous encourager.
This is not allowed for everyone.
Essaie
Everyone at their own level can do this. Others are in the business and contribute. Others try to communicate to encourage others. Each from his position does what he can. But you have decided to take up arms and face the enemy. In times of war, there are two types of citizens: the wearer of the outfit, which we call FDS, who must go towards death. It is their duty. And the civilians who must flee death because they are not trained for that.
où vous vous retrouvez confronté à votre existence.
But in the history of peoples, there always come these moments where you find yourself confronted with your existence. Either you fight or you disappear. Today Burkina is facing its destiny. It is a question of existence. At these crucial moments, among these civilians who should flee death, you have decided to take up arms and face the enemy and accompany your brothers in arms. We cannot finish paying homage to you. We cannot finish magnifying you. We cannot finish glorifying you. You are Burkinabe, and that's all that we asked. You faced the enemy without knowing the enemy thoroughly, without having the same capabilities as the defense and security
Vous allez
forces.
faire face à l'ennemi.
But you have faced many. Many of you have paid with your life, but you continue to resist.
Capacité que les forces de
What can we
défense
do to improve your working conditions?
pour améliorer vos
I think that this problem is more or less resolved. All those who are VDP in the villages today have weapons.
Les VDP existent.
Anyway, there are many still wanting to register.
Mais
I am sure all the villagers would like perhaps to be VDP, but we are going to go step by step because we also ask the civilians to contribute up to a level which should allow you to be taken care of.
tous ceux qui sont
This is why in January we decided to move to another level in terms of bonus, but also in terms of taking care of the wounded and ensuring a certain minimum. The equipment will continue and everything that could be done to support you will continue to increase gradually as we advance in the fight.
par étapes, parce
You
que
are
nous avons
identified,
demandé aussi
you are
de
known,
contribuer
and you are a
aux
block in the
acteurs.
different communities.
Jusqu'à un
That is why I ordered outfits to start to equip a little.
en charge.
But the ideal for me is not that we buy outfits from outside. We have to be able to design new types of tin for you, and we want this held to be made here. That's why we are in the process of accelerating the establishment of the factory which must produce outfits, because I wish that there is a particular model here, an outfit specially for this army which is the BVDP. This is a question that will be resolved, and what could be more normal than that you be dressed by ourselves through our cotton, which is transformed here. But I urge you never to distract yourself. We must not be surprised. You must not sleep. We never give up. Look today at the volume of terrorists attacking Burkina. Have you imagined that there was that in Burkina? They were yet there, lurking in the shadows. what we call dormant cells, because those who kept us in this situation, the day they wanted, it was enough for them to say that, okay, to the government do that. If you refuse, they activate and you have to fight. They are enemies of the nation. They have decided to attack their homeland. You have to fight them. It's without pity.
Regardez aujourd'hui le volume de terroristes qui attaquent le Burkina. Est-ce que vous avez imaginé qu'il y avait ça au Burkina? Ah, ils étaient pourtant là, tapis dans l'ombre, ce qu'on appelle des cellules dormantes. Parce que ceux-là qui nous ont maintenus dans cette situation,
you must surpass a certain number of events and not allow yourself to be manipulated. When there are events, you must avoid making interpretations or letting yourself be manipulated. Our country has long been in a very complicated system. Most of you who are young like me, we were born in this system. But that is not what can allow Burkina to live, because in this situation there are only two cases: we accept to fight, or we remain slaves forever. I told you once, there are some who are slaves in the head. They can only serve their master, and these people each time try to manipulate you. It is necessary that between you advise yourself, because each situation may be exploited by these enemies of the nation to try to discourage you, to demotivate you. So you have to be firm among yourselves and not pay attention to certain comments, even on certain media. Not everyone is obliged to be patriotic. You are the first patriots. You have decided to defend the fatherland. There is none better than that. Those who want to support you, let them support you. Those who want to discourage you, discourage through the writings. You must close your ears and move forward. Here we are going to fight them. Here then we have to remember something. Something recently, there is a so-called NGO. It is not even an NGO, because NGO is organization, non-governmental, but they are not governmental because they are financed by a federal budget, by a state. This so-called NGO produces reports to say that the FD, the VDP, are carrying out abuses. It is to taint your morality, it's to scare you, to prevent you from being able to fight. No, besides, we are going to file a complaint against this NGO because it is necessary that the people understand something. What is happening to us here? It is true that they manipulated part of our populations in the Sahel here, but they did not have this weaponry. What brought the armament quite important in there, it is Libya. Which destroyed Libya, this same NGO which made its reports lying and giving to whoever wants to create a rebellion so that people intervene and bring down Gaddafi, and the powder keg is dumped in the Sahel. These millions of lives which have been taken in the Sahel, we must file a complaint against this NGO because it is responsible for these false reports that it has made to consolidate this thesis of attacking Libya. They have no moral lesson to give us. Look at the world that they go defend human rights everywhere in the world first before coming here. We are lucky to have similar situations in this world. You are committed voluntarily. There are countries where they take by force. We kill you, you leave, or you die. Others even in wanting to flee end up dying. They don't talk about human rights because these people see us as subhumans. They see us as slaves. It's like that in their heads. They never changed software, but it is up to us to show that we are not slaves, and we will never accept this state of affairs. So there is no need to be fooled by their story that they tell whoever wants to listen.
Donner à qui veut créer une rébellion pour que les gens interviennent et faire tomber Kadhafi et la poudrière se retrouve déversée au Sahel. Ces millions de vies qui ont été ôtées dans le Sahel là, on doit porter plainte contre cette ONG parce qu'elle est responsable de ces rapports mensongers qu'elle a fait pour consolider cette thèse d'attaquer la Libye. Ils n'ont pas de leçon de morale à nous.
You have to stay focused on your fight. Stay focused.
Regardez le monde.
We know what we do. And even currently, the BVDP commander told me that there is a rights training session from a man with the profile of the group leaders and their deputies who is in progress. If we make an effort, we know that it is for us. We no longer do something to please someone. We do it for our homeland, and you are committed to this. Defend your homeland. Do not listen to these individuals. They must not taint your morality. In the history of the world, there have been wars, and during the Second World War, the peoples organized themselves to defend themselves almost everywhere. But there was a country which could not defend itself, which was obliged to come take our ancestors to go and defend them. And today this same country wants to give us lessons. The hospital which makes fun of charity. No, you are the descendants of these same ancestors who went to defend the others, who liberated the world from Nazism. Today you are fighting for your lands. These same individuals dare to create terms to smear us. We oppose this. We will never accept this.
Nous ne faisons plus quelque chose pour plaire à quelqu'un. Nous le faisons pour notre patrie. Et vous êtes engagés pour ça. Défendez votre patrie. N'écoutez pas ces individus-là. Ils ne doivent pas entacher votre morale. Dans l'histoire du monde, il y a eu des guerres. Et pendant la Seconde Guerre mondiale,
continue to defend your lands. It is your wealth that interests these people. It's our gold, it's our mind wealth that interests them. Otherwise, why come and look for entire villages to grab our land? So we are going to fight, and we are going to recover our land, our wealth. It belongs to us. It is for us that it must benefit and for our children. I therefore encourage you to keep in memory that this war is to get us out of slavery. It is for our independence, and you must keep morale high. Stay standing, never give in to the manipulators, to these individuals who no longer know this notion of homeland, or to these people who come from outside to try to tame us through their terms that they have invented themselves and their organizations, that they invented to enslave us. Fight, move forward, do everything you can. Draw, as I say, from your cultural resources and what you were forged in from the village. Draw on it and do this war.
Je vous encourage donc à garder en mémoire que cette guerre, c'est pour nous sortir de l'esclavage. C'est pour notre indépendance. Et vous devez garder le moral haut. Restez debout. Ne jamais céder aux manipulateurs, à ces individus qui ne savent plus cette notion de patrie, ou à ces gens qui viennent de l'extérieur pour essayer de nous dompter à travers leurs termes qu'ils ont inventés eux et leurs organismes qu'ils ont inventés pour nous asservir. Combattez, avancez, faites tout ce que vous pouvez faire. Puisez, comme je dis, dans vos ressources culturelles, dans ce dans quoi vous avez été forgé depuis le village là. Puisez dedans et faites cette guerre.
If you like this video, please comment, subscribe, share and like. Thank you for visiting my channel.